Hi everyone, this is Woodcraft by Scott. I have been asked several times how I transport my puzzles to events, those for display and duplicate items. So I thought I'd just shoot a quick video here and answer some of these questions. What I actually want to start off with is I also get asked all the time what kind of products I use for mounting my patterns to the wood, things of that nature. So real quick, some people use blue painter's tape, some people use other products. I have found that this peel and stick laminate is basically shelf liner. This stuff works incredibly well. I get it now from Walmart. The Amazon site used to carry it and they stopped carrying it in the 12-inch width. When I do my work, I do everything on a 6-foot long board, 12 inches wide. And this matches perfectly. This is 12 inches by 36 feet. I get plenty of use out of it. Each roll is less than $6. You can order it from Walmart and it's free shipping with any purchase over $35. For mounting the actual pattern to the laminate, I have found that the 3M General Purpose number 45 spray adhesive is best. I've tried some of the others and of course it's personal preference, but this is my personal favorite. Basically, again, here in my shop, I've got these prepared and ready for cutting. I'll be doing those this week. The other thing I get asked is how do I transport? So basically, when I go to an event, I display approximately 130 to 140 different items. Best way to transport these, since they have to be unwrapped, is I simply have a large tub and do it in layers. It is purely a very simplistic method. I use cardboard for the dividers. Now I've tried other products for in between. I tried some plastic stuff, but it was way too flimsy. I have tried what is similar to pegboard but without the holes. It actually worked very well, but what I found was when I had 9, 10, 11, 12 layers of it, it was very heavy. So the cardboard is what I've come back to. I simply cut it out to the size of the bin and I stack these things up until I have everything in there. One thing to keep in mind though is that once you get enough of these things into a bin, it becomes very heavy. So be sure to test along the way. Don't use too big of a box or bin. Otherwise you're going to wind up hurting yourself. Now that covers the ones that I transport for display. For my duplicates, I shrink wrap everything. So when I go to an event, I will have anywhere from 80 to 300 duplicates depending on the size of the show, and by shrink wrapping them, everything stays together. Again, I used to get my shrink wrap bags from Amazon, but they stopped carrying what I liked. These are 9 by 12. They are bags, so open on one end. I actually have a short video that you can see of me actually using them. They work very well. Nothing but a heat gun or a hair dryer seals it up and makes for easy transport. And lastly, I do get asked how I finish my puzzles. I use mineral oil. I simply dip the entire puzzle whole into this container and then I put it on this makeshift drying rack that I created. Here is the mineral oil that I use. It is from Amazon, buy it by the gallon. It's about $22. Now for those animals that have a base, I tend to color them. And for my sea creatures, I do blue. For the pelicans, the bases are brown and the little fish that's in his mouth is green. So those are my primary colors that I use. I used to paint some other products, but don't do those anymore. For my painting, I use good old-fashioned food coloring. And I simply mix it up based on the strength and darkness that I want into these containers. I use distilled water, that way avoid any mold or mildew growth. I've heard some people using denatured alcohol. I have not tried that personally. But for the brown, I had accidentally mixed up a batch trying to make another color and it turned out brown and it was great for my pelican bases. But I ran out, so now I am testing out RIT dye. And these were my first attempts. I like actually the mottled look that it turned out. It's just a little dark. I might either lighten it up or I might dab some off. When I dip my items in the food coloring, I do not wipe off any excess. I simply put it on there, dip them into the container, and then put them out to dry. So that is about it. Like I said, this was just a short one. I wanted to show a couple of items that people have been asking me about lately. If you have any questions anytime, message me here or email me. Thanks.